The earlier you start investing, the better off you're likely to be. And the longer you keep your money invested, the more it has to grow. Lesson: How to Invest in Stocks 2020. Number 1, determine your goals. Before you get into investing of any kind, you first have to make sure that your overall financial situation is in a position to accommodate the new activity. Your financial baggage includes everything from income to debt to your household budget. Specific considerations include employment. Make sure that both your job and your income are secure enough to allow you to begin investing. Debt. If you have a significant amount of outstanding credit, you may want to pay some debt down before you begin investing, basically all of it, and you should never invest money you can't afford to lose. And that's the position you'll be in if you have too much debt. Family situation. If you just welcomed a baby into the world, you may need all of your available income to help with the new arrival, medical bills, all that kind of stuff. Family situations should be stable before you begin investing. You want a good foundation before you start investing. Your household budget. You should have some room in your budget to direct cash into your investment ventures, especially if you can automate it to where you just take it out of your paycheck every single week or how often you get paid, because that makes it a heck of a lot easier and you can make a lot more money investing way more by doing that. Number 2, put some money on the side. Before you put any of your money at risk, you should first have some put away that would not be subject to any risk whatsoever. A cash reserve equal to at least 3 months' living expenses should be the minimum, and it should sit in nothing riskier than certificates of deposit or money market accounts, basically high interest savings accounts. The purpose of the cash reserve is twofold. Act as an emergency fund in the event of a temporary income disruption or other financial emergencies. Number 2, keep you from panicking should you risk type investments take a sudden dive. Because there's one thing that you never really want to do. You never want to invest in something and then immediately pull it out, because you could basically lose your shirt or potentially even your house, depending on how much money you actually got invested. Number 3, open a retirement account. Once you have a well-stocked emergency fund set up, the best place to begin investing is in a retirement account. The retirement account can be a 401k plan, if your employer provides that, or its equivalent through your employer, or an individual retirement account, which is an IRA if there is no employer plan, but basically a Roth IRA is the best. Retirement accounts are an excellent start because they represent long-term investing. Besides, they are tax sheltered and can produce immediate tax savings too, and are typically funded through payroll deductions. You can think of them as a patient capital where you have decades to accumulate and grow your money. One of the best aspects of a retirement account is that you can build up money in the plan without actually investing any money until you're ready to do so. You can keep it all in a money market account within the plan until you feel comfortable adding stocks and funds to the plan. Now, there are a lot of retirement investment accounts, and you may or may not have access to all of them. Here's a quick rundown of the most common retirement accounts you might come across. You have the 401k, which basically the 401k is the best one if it has a match. The 403b, the Roth IRA, which is the second best behind 401k if the 401k has a match. And then you have the traditional IRA. Then you have the SEP IRA. And there are a lot of differences between these accounts, and you may not be able to open and fund all of them. Make sure to just Google search these, do your research, and it'll help you a lot. Number 4, start investing with a low-cost app broker. Once you have a retirement account up and running, it's time to start investing for your non-retirement investing needs. Use a robo-advisor, like basically Acorns. Acorns is a pretty good one. If you're not the type of person who wants to do it yourself through investing accounts, you might be happy using a robo-advisor service. Robo-advisors use algorithms to help create the ideal portfolio mix for your needs and risk tolerance, usually by investing in exchange-traded funds, which is ETFs. Usually you don't get to pick and choose individual stocks or funds. The robo-advisor does it all for you. You can truly set it and forget it, right? So you can use Acorns by doing this, which is just rounding up your spare change, which there will be a link down below. This is what I do for fun, because it's cool to know that like my dollars are going to get rounded up, like so my expenses are going to get rounded up, and it's all going to be put into basically ETFs that basically trade the market for me, right? Just my loose change, right? Because instead of just having like loose quarters and dimes and pennies all over the place, I just automatically invest my spare change into this, right? Now you could also invest your money into Robinhood. You could just get a stock worth up to $500 by joining Robinhood down below. But either way, you want to do your own investing as well on top of a robo-advisor. Number 5, invest with mutual funds or exchange-traded funds, ETFs. When you begin investing, you'll be far better off with mutual funds and ETFs than plunging right into stocks. Funds are professionally managed, and this will remove the burden of stock selection from your plate. All you need to do is determine how much money you want to put into a given fund or group of funds, and then you're free to get on with the rest of your life. For example, there are some ETFs, funds, all that kind of stuff that basically just trade the stock market, right? The S&P 500. And that basically means that you basically are investing in the top stocks, all like the top company stocks across the whole spectrum, across multiple different industries. Right? So it's very unlikely that as a whole, you'll come out bad. That's the whole point. Because if you invested basically in the S&P 500 for years and years and years, you're most likely going to profit a very good amount of money. And one of the advantages of mutual funds is that you also don't have to worry about diversification. Since each fund holds numerous stocks, diversification will already be built into the fund. Number 6, stay with index funds. To make mutual fund investing even more hassle-free, stick with index funds. For example, index funds that track the standard Poor's 500 index are invested in the broad market. So your investment performance will track that index precisely. While you'll never outperform the market in an index fund, you'll never underperform it either. As a new investor, this is as it should be. You're not trying to gamble your money. You're just trying to put it into an investment that will have a consistent return long term. Number 7, use dollar cost averaging. Dollar cost averaging is the process of buying into your investment positions gradually, rather than all at once. For example, rather than investing $5,000 in a single index fund, you can make periodic contributions of, say, $100 per month into that fund. By doing this, you remove the possibility of buying at the top of the market. Instead, you're buying into the fund at all different times and continuously. This also eliminates the when question, as in when to invest in a given security or fund. Like, when should I invest to time the market? That's not the point. Doing this allows you just to continuously invest into the market. Right? Even better for you, dollar cost averaging works beautifully with payroll contributions and is a natural fit with mutual funds and ETFs. Number 8, get some investment education. You can begin investing immediately, even if you're a novice. But if you want to move beyond funds, payroll contributions, and dollar cost averaging and into holding individual stocks, you need to learn all that you can about investing before you do. While you are accumulating money for investments and piling them into mutual funds and ETFs, you should use this time to educate yourself about the game of investing. Number 9, invest in single stocks slowly. When you finally feel comfortable enough to begin investing in stocks, Be sure that you do it gradually. You generally don't have the dollar cost averaging feature when investing in individual stocks, so you'll have to develop your method for doing this on a gradual basis. Since you will already have significant positions in mutual funds and ETFs, you can begin investing in stocks one at a time as you work toward building a portfolio. The fund positions should prevent overexposure to a single stock, as long as you make sure that your position in the stock represents only a small minority of your total portfolio, generally 10% or less. Never overload in a single stock. When you are starting out, take a minimal position in one stock, generally 100 shares, to take advantage of the best pricing, and then move into another stock. Repeat the process until you have several stock positions in your portfolio, in addition to your mutual funds and ETFs. Number 10, diversify. If you have set up a cash reserve, a retirement plan, and an investment account, and you have begun stocking the retirement investment accounts with mutual funds and ETFs, you've already taken a huge step forward or toward diversifying your portfolio. Adding individual stocks will further diversify your cash and fund holdings, but while you are building your portfolio, you'll also need to spread your capital out among various equity sectors. For example, depending on your age and risk tolerance, you might want to have some of your portfolio invested in bonds, growth and income funds, and international funds. You may also want to consider high dividend stocks among your individual stock holdings. Income earning securities tend to be less volatile than pure growth stocks, particularly in bear markets. You'll want to develop a balance between your growth assets and your income, or growth and income holdings. Feel free to watch more personal finance lessons right here, or check out personal finance stories as well. Make sure to subscribe for more. And check out 40 Unboxed to become a master of your money. If you want to learn the 4 steps to make money online, go down below and click the link. And feel free to get a stock worth up to $500 by joining Robinhood down below, potentially.